ladies and gentlemen, Ben Carson once again come up to the surface to make a complete ass of himself. I wonder if he's still coughing and touching all over his face like he was before. Oh, this man is no earthly good right here. So this came out on NBC News. Ben Carson says NFL players should explain why they kneel. Yes, this is what he recently came out to say. They did, Ben Carson, back in 2016. Everybody and their mama knows why the NFL players kneel, but they try to throw in all these other things like police and veterans and the flag and the national anthem, and it's all about police brutality. Okay? And here we are 4 years later, and you think they need to explain why they're kneeling? Woo, talk about out of touch. This man is black only in skin. That's it. So this is June 7th, 2020. So let's hear what this traitor had to say. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson says Sunday that there would be greater understanding and less backlash if NFL players made it clear that they were kneeling to protest police brutality, not to disrespect the military or the flag. Trump sure know how to pick them. See, as long as you got a black man with a white supremacist mind, he's great to be in the Trump administration. But NFL players have made that point over and over again in the years since quarterback Colin Kaepernick, then of the San Francisco 49ers, began the national anthem protest in 2016. This man is so out of touch, it's not even funny. My personal feelings, if those players were to come out and say, we love our nation, we are patriots, we love our flag, we honor the memory of those who died to give us our freedom, but we are protesting some of the brutality and has occurred, and that's why we're doing this. I think it would solve the problem. Carson said on CNN State of the Union, and I suggest they do that. Ben Carson, you are a day late and a buck short on this one. They did explain that, but I don't believe they need to say all of those things that you said. That's how you feel, and that's fine if you feel that way. But many in the black community wouldn't even support everything you said in that statement. Okay? And they have said it. Where have you been? Carson said the controversy over kneeling protests amounted to two people. No, it didn't. It amounts to a whole community of people getting brutalized and killed by the cops. So what you're saying about two people, you're full of crap. The kneeling movement began in 2016 preseason when Kaepernick sat down during the national anthem. He switched to kneeling after having spoken to former NFL long snapper Nate Boyer, a former Green Beret, who said kneeling was a better way to present the message without disrespecting the military or the flag. But yet, Ben Carson, how come you're not saying anything about the cops that are kneeling in the streets with the protesters, or the National Guard that are also doing the same thing? You know, in my state, the National Guard and the police both kneeled with the protesters. How come you're not saying nothing about that? How come Trump is overlooking that? How come William Barr is overlooking it? How come y'all are turning blind eyes to that? Since the NFL players, including Kaepernick, have repeatedly made it clear that the protests are meant as no disrespect to the military, it was never about the military, and that should not even be said. That, you know, they threw that in trying to shame Black people and shame NFL players into not protesting. They think that throwing in the military is going to shame somebody. First of all, Black people got family members that are military. So don't come to us bringing up no damn military. Since then, the NFL players, okay, so let me go down. So, what they have done since 2016 is highlight police brutality. We hate that people are going to see it, that we don't respect the military. No, people are not seeing it. Only white supremacist people and people like you and Candace Owens and David Clark. You choose to see it that way. There's a big difference between seeing it that way and choosing to see it that way. And men and women that are braver than us, that go and put their lives on the line. And y'all don't care about veterans anyway. You can walk to any major big city in this country and see veterans living out on the streets, living under overpass. Y'all don't give a damn about no veterans. All of you folks that are trying to use the veterans as your excuse, you don't care about no veterans, because if we did, if you claim you care, you wouldn't see so many homeless on the streets. You wouldn't see so many. You wouldn't see so many out there with mental illness, and they are literally starving and they have no place to go. Your veterans would not be in that condition if you really cared. And Ben Carson don't give a damn about a veteran either. How many did he help out on the streets that are homeless? None. I bet you he hasn't helped a single one out there. And neither are all of these people bringing up veterans. I bet you they haven't helped a single veteran that's homeless under an overpass. But you want to run your mouth about veterans. This country is horrible to veterans. You always have been horrible. And not to mention the countless Black men that served in every single war and came home and got lynched in their uniforms. How come you didn't care about those veterans? Get the hell out of here. Okay, so this idiot goes on and says NFL defensive back Devin McCourty said in 2017, after President Donald Trump blasted those who knelt, but we just wanted to send a message of unity and being together and not standing for disrespect, all of us, to send a message of unity, not just as a team, but a fraternity of NFL players. So I'm sorry, that wasn't Ben Carson that said that. That was Devin McCourty. Julius Pepper, then NFL defensive lineman, said in 2017, I want to get one thing clear. This was not about disrespecting the military, disrespecting the flag, police, first responders, none of that. And you shouldn't have to say that. These people know what you mean, just like they know what these protesters mean out in the streets. That's why they're railing against them. Meanwhile, Trump last week said, okay, I'm not getting into Trump and Drew Brees. I'm going right over that. The hell with that. Kneeling has been a visible element of the protests following George Floyd's death in Minneapolis. Police custody as instances of protesters getting police to take knees have gone viral online. The president's campaign sent out an anti-kneeling email to supporters Saturday. So this is what Trump spent his time doing. On Sunday, Trump retweeted a photo showing former Vice President Joe Biden taking a knee that read, "Cowards kneeling." You know, y'all, this is what you can expect from Trump's administration and Trump himself. Okay? Trump is actually making the protests worse and making it prolonged by not even looking at the issues on hand that people are protesting about, police violence in America. But Ben Carson and people like him in your administration, keep speaking out. You made a complete ass of yourself. You said the NFL players should explain why they are kneeling as if they haven't done that before. They did that back in 2016. Why don't you just go back in your hole and shut the fuck up already? Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.